Yo and hello everybody. Mike here, baseball collector. That's my friend Chris from Missouri, who's actually from North Dakota. But what are you gonna do? Hey Chris, what's up, man?
Hey, thanks for having me on, man. I love being on here.
Yeah, this is gonna be the most unique live stream I've ever done. And what we're gonna do over the course of however long that we end up chatting, we don't have a set time frame on this, but we are going to basically talk about some things that's going on with me and give you guys one last opportunity to be a part of it. And I want to kind of tell you guys what's going on. And we'll kind of go through some things as we go. I'm going to put this up. This will make sense in just a second, what that is for, the banner that's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. But so Chris and I have been friends now for almost 3 years, right?
We've been friends a little longer than that.
Okay.
At least I've been your friend longer than that. Probably a little over 4. I've been watching your channel for at least 5. And
You're the one
3
guy,
years.
that,
Yes.
but we first met in person at the Chicago National 2 years ago, correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
And so, yeah, it's, first of all, I enjoy being your friend. And I think we collect a lot in common. We just think a lot alike. Although, actually, there are some things we think differently about, which is kind of fun to debate on different topics like steroids and other things. But yeah, I wanted to, as we talk off air, beyond everything else. And one thing we were talking, I don't know, what, a couple months ago, maybe something like that now, 6 weeks ago ish.
Sure.
And I mentioned, hey, I'm going to be going on a mission trip this summer. And, we were just talking about it kind of. I'm going to Ecuador with a group from a church out where my ranch is. And it's their first trip ever as a church to go on a mission trip. They've never done it. They've never undertaken something like this. And I wanted to lead them on a trip. Me and Julie, that is. Because I've been there. I've been to Ecuador. This will be my 7th time to go to Ecuador. And it's, one of those stories that it's kind of funny when you think about serving and helping others and doing that kind of stuff. It was never on my radar until about 2011. And my son wanted to go on a mission trip. He was 11 years old then. And I was like, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And so I started inviting my friends and that had sons in similar age as Palmer. And so we ended up going to Ecuador, ironically, that first trip back in 2011. And since then, this is my 19th trip that I'll be doing.
Wow.
So far. Thank you guys. I got to, hey, if you do this, I got to give you some props. Any money given tonight, ideally, if you want to donate to the trip, because that's what this stream is all about, you can ideally send me PayPal, friends and family. My PayPal is down below, because then if you send it through YouTube, which is fine if that's what you want to do, I get it. But YouTube ends up taking quite a healthy chunk out of that. I don't get to, like, if Sexton gave me $10, I won't keep $10. So just keep that in mind. Either way is great. For every $10 that you give, you're going to get a chance to win some great cards. And now, Chris, I want to pass it to you because I want you to talk about, you've done this on a few videos, but what made you want to do this? Because it was a very awesome surprise to me.
Well, the thought came into my mind. It was kind of selfish at first, really. I'd even reached out to a few YouTubers to find out what I was going to do for a video response sometime down the road. And
for 600 subs, right?
Well, initially it started out at 500 subs when I was going to do something, but there was a time there that there was a lot of video responses out. and there's been some great ones. I mean, there's a couple of really good ones going on right now, some challenges and stuff, and I was getting close to 600 subs, and I kind of ran this by, I ran this to by Jake, Legends Never Die, and Don of Don's Field of Dreams, and Drew, a Vintage Legacy. And my thoughts were, okay, I want to kind of give back a little bit to you. Not that sounds weird, but um, it does sound
weird.
But
Yeah.
you're the one. You really got me started on. You got me started on YouTube as far as being. You gave me that push and told me, just push play and everything. Nobody's gonna make fun of you. Just do it. And I really, it's becoming a YouTuber has made my baseball card collecting experience 10 times better than what it ever was. I've become friends with a lot of people on here, and I wanted to do something to celebrate. And I thought, okay, I was going to do a video about you and tell people. And then when we started talking about this, I thought, what a great idea. And I ran it by those guys first about celebrating my 600th subscriber with a giveaway. And I wanted to make it a substantial giveaway. And if you recall, I talked to you about not this, but about doing a 500 sub thing. And I said, hey, I want to give out a vintage card. And you said, well, what if somebody has that card? Whatever. And you were helping coaching me through some different things, which you do at times on my videos. When something sounds dumb to you, you'll say, that's dumb. And but
I'm brutally honest. I don't know if it's a good trade or not, but
well, I think you're allowing me to allowing others as well to learn from some of your earlier mistakes. Maybe I don't know, but when I found out that, I thought, okay, I'm going to have a giveaway, and then maybe instead of having a giveaway, ask for a donation, because surely out there in our baseball community in YouTube land, there's some people that would understand what I was trying to do is to raise money so you could help send that group. I know that was important to you, and it's such a good thing. It's such an unselfish thing that I thought, okay, I have a couple cards in my collection that people might want, but I would bet people they wouldn't care about the card so much as they were also kind of honoring you as well. Since you're doing great work. Yeah. But so anyway, I decided, okay, I don't even know what to call this. It's not a video response. I don't know. It's a chance to win a couple cards, but everybody that is donating money knows that it's not just for the cards. It's for you, for the trip. And I've had an overwhelming response. I thought, okay, here I get on here. I'm asking for money, and I thought maybe people would drop my channel or whatever, because here I'm asking for money, and I didn't want that to happen, but I just said, okay, I'm doing it. And I got the push with the help of Scott, Reindeer Studio, and Don, and those same guys that I talked about earlier. They said, go ahead and do it. It's a great idea. Nobody's going to leave your channel for it. And I'm so glad. I did it. The response has been incredible. The notes that people have sent me have been amazing. Makes you kind of want to tear up. I've become friends with a guy in Missouri that I'm going to say his name. His name's Barney, and that
he's right here.
Oh, there you go. So hi Barney, if you're still watching this. He and I think he called me, and we talked about this, and I don't know, just I've met different people even just because of this video, not just because of YouTube, but because of this because of this video response, video giveaway, video auction, whatever it is. And so I really, I'm rambling now, but it's one of my favorite things that I've done so far on YouTube.
We have got some awesome people giving some. You guys are killing me. I told Chris I might tear up during this video, which is pretty bad. You guys are amazing. I want to say, golly, I see so many of my friends. And it's funny when you do stuff like this, you just, we got John's here, Cleveland Sports Cards, thank Aaron, Card Story.
The Card Story.
Card Story. Chris, good evening. I mean, God is great. First guy to always comment on every one of my videos. Mike Petty.
So Mike, there's a guy that's commenting on here called Jayhawker Mike Vintage Cards.
Okay.
So Norm Stewart was the head coach at Missouri Tiger basketball back in the day.
Okay.
And he hated Kansas Jayhawks so much that he wouldn't, when the team went over there to play, he never spent the night in Kansas because he didn't want to spend one dime in Kansas. Well, I met Mike at a card show in Missouri, and he kind of snuck in with a fake disguise on and a trench coat because he didn't want anybody to know that he was setting foot in Missouri at a card show. But he and I become friends, and we've talked over this kind of stuff, and so this has been really neat.
I want to say thanks to Daniel. He just donated. Ruben Snyder just donated through PayPal. So thank you guys. I'm going to put y'all's names on the list here. And there's Dylan right there. Shaka. Double Shaka. Look at that. Double Shaka. I mean, I'm just seeing all my, this is just.
Look at him in Blue Jacket 66 with $19.99 donation.
Yeah, it's weird when you do that. It's kind of funny. So, like, here's one of my best friends, Andy. She blinded me with refractors. It is cool what Chris is doing. And this is all Chris. I want you guys to know that this was Chris's idea. He said, I want to do this. I'm going to give away the cards. And it's so awesome. One of my other great friends, one of the GOATs, no joke, no pun intended, Eloy is here. Theo is here. I charge $0 to advise on videos. And
if you would see Theo's last video, you would not want to take any credit of that. I'm just saying. You just have to go to it, and he gives you a lot of credit, but I would run from that one.
Chris is a good man. Absolutely. Hey, Jerry. Mike, you introduced me to Chris's channel. I am so glad that I was able to get people to, maybe go look at this, Patrick Mahomes fan from, that has some vintage cards and, there you go. So here's how this is going to work. I need to add in some of these names that I'm getting. We're going to do the first drawing here in just a second. So I got to get the people that are giving right now into the contest. Dave, if you're still here, do you want to be in the contest? Do you want to try to win these cards? I think Dave just did it to be a sweetheart because he is, but Dylan, is Dylan already in it?
Well, see, Dylan, I messaged Dylan, or no, I didn't message Dylan, but he left me a message, and I think I might have told him that I would get money from him at the National or something.
Okay.
But I put Dylan in for some, yeah.
Well, he just put in for a couple more. So
we'll charge him double. How about that? Because it is double D.
That's a great idea. So all this money is going towards helping to send people on this trip. Julie and I, everybody kind of works on their own to raise their own support to go. But a lot of people, especially in the area that I'm taking these people from, just really have a hard time. Can we get an updated total? So this feels like a Jerry Lewis telethon. We need a tote board.
I can get out here and juggle.
I need to have a tote board. I'll try to do it real quick. 20, 40, 60. 70. Okay, if we do that plus the PayPal. Okay, quick math, round to zero, right? And if you give on YouTube, whatever YouTube takes, I'm just going to make it whole myself personally, because I just appreciate you guys doing that. Okay, 5. Holy moly. 19. 6, 8, 9. Wow. We are at right now. Is there a drum roll or anything?
That's the best I can do.
$2,995 is what this community has raised for this.
Wow.
It is.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
You guys don't know. Gosh. Okay. Stop being silly, Mike. Now we're over 3,000 thanks to Eloy. Chris, did you get my snail mail? Says Eric.
I did, and thank you for your generous donation, Eric. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we are now at $3,015. I'm having a hard time. Okay, you talk, Chris. Why don't you start showing the cards? I'm going to be typing in names into the world's largest wheel of names. So,
okay, so the way it's going to go, the third place prize, Mike has that right now, and he's got 5 autograph. 5 autograph what, Mike?
Perez Steel postcards. As you guys know, that's something near and dear to me and what I collect. So you're going to get these 5. You're going to get a Happy Chandler. You're going to get a Rick Farrell, which has a JSA with it. These are all real. I wouldn't worry about it. But Joe Sewell, great Negro Leaguer Buck Leonard, and I saw your donation, John Mangini. I saw it. Thank you. Bob Lemon. So those are the 5 that we're going to give away first to the first person.
Okay,
Scott,
you go do your work and get those totals up.
Scott, if it was $1, I'd appreciate it. Honestly, like seriously, thank you. And I know that this isn't something we do very often on this community. Like this isn't something that we just roll out. And again, if it wasn't for you, Chris, this wouldn't have happened because this wasn't something I was going to do.
But also, if it wasn't for you, there's the amount of support wouldn't be as much. A lot of this support is coming for you, Mike, and they know what you do. They know what you do for the community, and they know what you do in real life stuff too. So
well,
you just work on that for a little bit. Let me chat.
Okay, you chat, and I really need to do this, or else we're going to.
Okay. All right. So second prize is this Mike Trout rookie. It's in an SGC 9.5. I know this is probably a little bit more valuable than the Satchel Paige card, but Satchel, I'm a vintage collector, even though I have a few Mike Trouts, but I'm a vintage collector, and I want this to at least reflect like what I collect, and so the first prize is the Satchel Paige, the 1953 Satchel Paige, and it's not in the greatest shape of all, but when you win this, you know what the money went for, and you know that it was, Mike's a vintage collector, I'm a vintage collector, a lot of you guys are too, but we're going to celebrate this by giving this as our first place prize right here.
Love it. I'm feverishly typing here because I do not want to miss anyone.
You keep typing. So I want to give a shout out to, and I'm gonna miss some of your names that gave me a shout out on your channels. Gave this a shout out on your channels. and I really appreciate it. Scott Reindeer Studios, Don's Field of Dreams, Theo, Orlando. It goes on and on of who shouted this out, and it covered so many states. We got replies for so many states, a few different countries. I got friends that watch my channel that aren't YouTubers that gave, and they thought this was a great idea. They thought this was a great way to support um, Mike. And man, I really appreciate this from everybody. And I know we tease each other a lot on here earlier. I mean, it's a wonder, since this is a live stream, that Don Field of Dreams cards isn't trying to get on here somehow. But he and I tease each other a lot, but yet he got on here and wrote that I was a good man, and that might be hard for him to say just because of the way we tease each other and stuff. But truly, this community supports everybody, and if there's some people out there that thinks that this is a good old boy clique, that we're selfish or something, get back on and give it another try, because there's nothing cliquish about this. And
but if we don't like you, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But and if people aren't making fun of you, it's because we don't know you well enough to yet. But this has been, like I say, this is almost 7 months in. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'll be doing YouTube stuff for 7 months, and it's
very long.
Not very long at all. But it's really enhanced how I collect baseball cards. Are you getting close there?
I'm getting really close, actually. Need to see if there's any more craziness here. Don said he takes it back. All the nice things he said.
Shoo! Shoo! I thought he was sick, or I thought that was a distress code of him saying something nice.
Okay. I got to get Eloy in there. Hold on.
Oh, and then also there's going to be some people that we did not. I didn't recognize your channel, or if you didn't mention your channel, I might not have put your channel in there. I might have just put your name in there, and I am so sorry on that. But again, I've only been doing this for 7 months, but I really, I tried to go through and, okay, who is this kind of thing. So we'll see.
We have 61 people watching right now. That is awesome. Okay, I have got everybody. So we are I'm going to hit refresh one more time on the old PayPal. Ron Fig, if you're watching, I totally agree with what you told me in the note. We got one more. Bam. Okay. I'm going to start. Okay. This is crazy how many are here.
I can't wait to see who wins. This is awesome.
This is going to be great. Let's get this going. Jason, I haven't even drawn yet. So, all right, here we go. The way this is going to work, this is the world's largest wheel of names. It's got 315 entries on it, which means we're at $3,150, and that is unbelievable. So right now they're just in alpha order, plus all the people that I added at the end that were given money. And so I'm going to sort it again by alpha, and then I'm going to shuffle it. Why don't you, do you have a dice in front of you by chance? I wonder. Oh, I have a.
What do you think? This is a pool hall? No, I don't have dice in front of me. I could probably go get some out of a Yahtzee box. Mike, I've lost your sound. I've lost your sound, Mike.
It would help if I didn't mute myself. That would probably be a
Whew.
really good idea.
I thought this was going to be. I'm glad you came back because I thought this would be like we were pulling a scam on somebody.
Well, it's weird because I can't hear you. So hang on. What did I do to myself? That's terrible.
I can hear you.
Hold on. Talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. I had it. I don't know. I must have goofed something up. Let's start over with that.
Okay.
I spun it, or I randomized it 3 times. Now I'm going to spin it, and this is for the Hall of Fame postcards. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, here we go. Spin. Let's see. That's 315 entries. That's crazy. And the winner of the Hall of Fame postcards is T. Judd. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know who that is. So
So Mike, I set up at a card show and I put this out with the cards, and I believe he was at the card show.
Okay.
And so I will get to the bottom of that.
Well, that is awesome. Okay. Next up is we're going to do the Trout next.
Yes.
Let's do the Trout. Let me make sure there's no last second. I can put people in. No. Okay. We are good. All right. You ready for the Trout? So this is for the Mike Trout rookie BGS 9.5. Here we go. Boom. Spinning away. That's a lot of spins. So that's a lot of names. And the winner is Huck Sports Cards.
Hey. Since it's Huck, I'm going to give him this one, Mike.
Yeah, you should do that. Totally. Yeah, just trade those out. He'll never know. He'll absolutely never know.
So let me tell you about this real quick before you spin it again.
Yep.
He had a video response, his last video response, and I won his video response. So,
seems appropriate.
No hanky panky going on there.
No hanky panky. Well, you didn't put these names in here. I did. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. And now the Satchel page. 1953 Topps, his one and only Topps card. Show that sucker one more time. There it is. Any Satchel is a good Satchel. So here we go. Here is the Satchel spinning now. Boom. Jake won the Satchel page. Crazy. I could kind of see it, and it was Junk Wax Hero, and I know he doesn't have that card, and whoever wins. But Jake won that. Oh my gosh, he's going to be excited. So we've got T. Judd. You can get a hold of Jake and
Mark from Huck's Cards.
Yeah, Mark, and get those things out to them. Do you have any contact information for T. Judd?
I do. I do. I'll get it for you.
That's perfect. He will crack it out. Jake, you cannot. That's the only caveat. I should have said that before, because absolutely, if he cracks that out, I'm going to kill him. All right. So I will take the banner down. I'll leave it. If people still want to give money, who am I to stop them? Right?
That is correct.
Who am I to get in their way? So, all right. What I want to do is open it up. And if anybody's out there, I'm going to put the link if you want to come on and just say hello or whatever, everyone except Don.
He's going to be the first on there. Don will be on there.
I know, but you are welcome to come say hi to me and Chris. You can come ask us any vintage questions you want. I just put the StreamYard link in the comments. So if you guys want to come on and say whatever you want to say, we'll listen to you. So I don't go live very often, not because I don't like it. I go live on other people's channels, but I don't do it a whole lot myself. So this is kind of fun. Now we can have some fun. I really just want to sincerely say, Chris, thank you for your willingness to do, your just desire to do this. And it's going to make an amazing eternal difference. And that's why I do these trips. It's not for the here and now. It's for what that does down the road. And thank you guys. Thank everybody I know we all work hard for our money, and there's a lot of people trying to get in your pockets. And so I appreciate your willingness to do that with me. Where'd you go, Mike? Mike Canadian Cards was just there.
Oh, put him on there.
I'm trying. He left. So he'll come back, I'm sure. But now we can just talk cards a little bit. If people want to hear anything, any interest in hockey cards, Mike? Yes, as a matter of fact. I'm a big Stars fan, and they're doing pretty well right now. I want a Robertson card, little Ottinger. I'm trying to get Mike here to give me some hockey cards or sell me some hockey cards. He's got plenty of them.
No.
What's up, my friend?
Not much. That's a pretty good total, man.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's fantastic that it all came together like that. So good on you, Chris, for doing that.
Well, thank you. It started the day that I met you out there. I did my first video we're at Strongsville, and I did the first video.
Right.
And if you remember, we walked over to Holly and Craig, who's been on Mike's show before on different things. They had a table set up, and I told Holly that I was going to be doing a live show, or not a live. I was going to be doing a show, and so I gave her a card, and I said, "Yeah, you're probably not going to watch this." And she said, "Nobody's going to tell me what I'm going to do." And she was the first one to get in this. She handed me money that day. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, can you do me a favor and set Orlando straight here? He's saying go Panthers. We know the Stars are winning the cup this year.
Well, I don't know. The Panthers are the Cinderella team, right? They upset Boston. Then they took out Toronto. So I don't know. There's always one Cinderella team, and this year it's definitely Florida. So, and I think Orlando's down from that neck of the woods. So he's down in the Miami area, I think, or he's in Florida.
Mark's asking when the trip is, and a lot of people have asked me. I hope you guys will pardon me for not disclosing when I'm going to be out of the country. But it's this summer. I'll tell you this, it's before the National. Let's put it that way. That's a pretty broad deal. Here's a question. What year does Beltre go into the Hall of Fame? First or second year? First year. He's a first ballot guy. Anybody disagree with that?
Not at all.
When's he eligible?
Next year.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he'll get in first ballot. He's one of my favorite Rangers of all time. He's just so great. Let's see.
It's not Toby Harrah?
No. What about let me ask you this. Did they do the NBA draft lottery yet? Have they done that yet?
NHL draft lottery, you mean?
You what?
Did you say NBA draft lottery?
Yeah, it was tonight, I think. Isn't it
Was
tonight?
it? I don't know.
Nobody
I don't
cares.
follow that sport at all.
The NBA. Oh, Spurs got the first pick. Okay. Thank you, Lou Rock. Of course, Lou Rock would know. He knows everything sports. Anybody else wants to come in? I'm going to put it again in there, and I can kick Mike off.
Yeah.
I talk to Mike all the time.
I'm going to jump off. I just wanted to hop on and say good job, Chris, and that was a pretty cool thing to do. So,
Mike, good to see you, brother, and see you soon.
you too.
Okay, man.
All right, take care, fellas.
See you, Mike. Eh?
Yeah.
I didn't think
No,
that. I thought that was.
he's not very fun to hang out with at all. I'm just saying.
Are you kidding me? I'm staying with him at the National. There's a group of us that are all staying in like a 4-bedroom suite. It's me and Andy and JT and Garrett, and we are going to have a crazy good time. And Mike, we're gonna have a crazy good time. Notice I said 4-bedroom, and there's 5 people I just named. So we're all gonna just throw keys in the middle and see who has to sleep with who every night. Let's see.
Well, I have word from a friend of Mike's named Steve that I met up at Strongsville. He might snore just a little bit. I'm just saying.
What?
Yeah, it's a rumor.
I've stayed with Mike last year at the National. No, not last year. The year before, I stayed with Mike.
And when we were in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first time I met you.
Okay. Well, I had the privilege at Strongsville to watch him pick up a real big card. He picked up a Jackie Robinson rookie card at Strongsville, and he went there to pick up a Satchel Paige. But
yeah, he got the Bowman, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's gorgeous. It's everybody's best friend in the hobby, Dave Blue Jacket 66. What's
okay,
up?
before he talks, this is almost a bucket list thing for me, man. He's from Missouri.
Not for long.
Oh, but you're still from Missouri, right?
I would never admit that. I'm from Kansas.
Hmm.
Currently living in Missouri
my
for the
bad.
last 25 years. And within the next 6 to 7 months, probably be in the great state of, one of you live, I don't want to disclose it right now, but it's very warm.
Oh, we're talking later. We might be talking later. Saying.
It's not Texas.
What?
I believe I will be moving to the great state of Florida.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that's still just right across the Gulf from me, so no big deal.
Yeah. Right.
Well, thanks, Dave, for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. I just happened to flip it on, and it's a great cause, and so I just wanted to jump in and say congratulations to both of you for a great endeavor.
All him, man. Drew, I'll get to you in a second. I know you're sitting there waiting. I'll be there in just a second. When are you going to be at the show? You're going, right? Of course.
Yeah. I don't think I usually get there till Thursday, but I think this year, Wednesday through Sunday, probably leave Sunday, but yeah, I got my hotel like right after last year's National. I didn't make it to last year's National, so got the hotel right away and I'm ready to go.
So Chris, I'll tell you a funny story. During the National last year, we're sitting there and every day we're calling Dave, we're FaceTiming Dave, we're like, because we're so mad that he's not there. And he's like, he's like, I'm going next year, no matter what. Like I think he missed us.
Yeah, I haven't missed one in a long time, but unfortunately I missed last year. So
Well,
yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I hope there's not too many events going on that we can't have a good get together. There's a couple. I know you guys go to a lot of events, and I want to go to the YouTube get together, one of them. But I probably want to go to the Net 54 dinner this year.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So that's always good, actually. They usually have a speaker, and there's a lot of really knowledgeable people there. So I will try to pop into that too.
Well, I want to say something while you're on here. I don't get starstruck, period, ever. I don't care. I don't care who it is. I just don't get starstruck. But I'm at Chicago, and I'm excited to go to the National for the first time. So I'm like a 14-year-old kid. And in Chicago, they had the VIP room upstairs before on Wednesday night, whatever. And I'm just soaking it all in. And I'm actually by myself up there at the time. And as I'm leaving, because they're getting ready to open up the doors, the very first person in the hobby that I see is Dave. And I remember saying, oh my gosh, that's Blue Jacket 66. And so I went up to you and I said, hey, do you mind taking a picture? And Caden took my phone. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Okay. And he took my phone and took a picture. And I'm like, I come home with a couple pictures, but of all these sports cards and all that kind of stuff. And my wife saw that I was showing her pictures, and she goes, okay, who's this? And I said, like you were, Bruce Springsteen or some kind of stuff. This is Blue Jacket 66. And she's like, oh, cool. And but
that's
I just
that's the reaction from most people, actually.
but I just I actually I thought, wow, that was and so you
I
carry
remember
a lot.
that, Chris. I do remember that for sure.
Well, you carry a lot. I got a lot of young YouTubers that I'm friends with here, and you carry a lot of weight in the hobby with these guys. I'm just saying.
Well,
And
I try to share my immaturity. So
He's snarky.
he is snarky.
He's proud of it. Well, Dave, I'm going to kick you off and get somebody else on here.
Kick me off. You guys have a good time. I'll talk to you soon. I got another video coming out pretty soon that I'm really excited about. It's probably one of the most exciting cards I've shown in a long time. I'm very excited about it. So hopefully I'll get that done pretty soon. So you guys have a good night. I'll keep watching and have fun.
All right, buddy. See ya.
Thanks later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, that was pretty cool. Okay, all right.
Hey guys.
How are you, man?
Good. Mike, officially, it's nice to meet you. I don't think we've ever actually chatted or talked before. Just watched each other.
Well, this is as good a time and opportunity as any.
Absolutely. Chris called me earlier tonight and mentioned that this was going on tonight, and life's been kind of crazy busy, but I was just watching the whole thing, and Jake winning that card is just funny to me. But I texted Chris and I just said, great job. And he said, well, hop on real quick. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to run through real quick. So I just wanted to say, Chris, great job. We've talked about this. I was one of the people you talked with originally. I know you mentioned it, but I know how much work fundraising is in general. Trying to do it the way you did it. It was incredible. It was a lot of work. I know you're probably exhausted from it, but it was an amazing show of support for Mike, but not just Mike, for his church and for this community, and just for all the people that donated and all the people that came together for a cause, for something that they weren't directly connected to. Just the thread of vintage or whatever baseball cards. It's just amazing. So Chris, great job. Congratulations on just doing this great thing. For all those who put something in, that donated, that are on here, I applaud you, and just applaud all the people that put money in just to support this. So this is it's been fun to watch and grow and stuff, and I know the exhaustion and time you put into it's all been worth it. So,
well, thank you so much. And before you leave here,
okay,
I've been doing this for 7 months, and you were one of the first persons to reach out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe you and I have become really close friends in those 7 months.
Yeah.
And I said this, I don't know where I said it on some show the other day, but if I was a blind man, I would still be able to collect baseball cards if Drew was describing the cards. If you guys that are on here still, if you're not subscribed to Drew's channel, if you want to hear one of the best storytellers that we have in this YouTube nation, tune into Drew's channel. He's legit. He's a really good friend.
I appreciate that. It was kind words, and it's not necessary, but I do appreciate the support, and just for the kind words, I really do.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
Drew, are you going to the National?
Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to again. I have to come up with another ridiculous video like last year. I'm not sure if you ever saw it or not, but it's the sad thing that's one of my most popular videos is me lamenting about not going to the National.
It's awesome.
No, I'm not going. And I will support you wholeheartedly on every Golden Age of Cardboard, as you mentioned how great it is and excited you are for it, and that I still don't get to go. But
You're welcome. Sorry about that.
So, maybe next year, I don't know. Life is just moving around. I don't currently, I'm not actively collecting cards, but man, this community, as Chris has mentioned, it's just been great. I've been doing this for just over a year, and it's totally revitalized not my passion for cards, but just with connecting with the community. Because until I started making videos, all I had was Jake, and man, that's tough. But no, I'm just kidding. But it's been good. I've met so many great people, good friends, and I have, just like Chris called me tonight, and other people that'll text or whatever. And it's just been a lot of fun getting to know people and just sharing in the joy that we all have. Whether we collect one way or the other, it doesn't really matter. It's just a common thread, and it's been a lot of fun. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, Drew, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
No, absolutely.
And, appreciate your support, and thank you for your encouragement of Chris to do this. It's been awesome, amazing experience. So thank you.
My pleasure. All right. I got to
All right,
run.
man. I'll see you later.
We'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Let me show this comment from Daniel Reeder. Mike, I emailed you a year ago about the value of a 71 Topps full set. And with your advice, I bought it, and you got me into full-blown vintage at age 37 and learned so much from you and your affiliates content. Thank you. You're welcome, Daniel. I always say that a good content creator will either inspire, educate, or entertain, ideally all three. And yeah, if I can do that, and people, direct message me, Chris, all the time and asking questions and, hey, what do you think about this? And I think I'm pretty good at responding to all of them as best I can. And it's like, that's why I do this. It's so much fun. I love to help people out, and so many guys do. Everybody does. It's not just me. I'm not exclusive in that company of people that do that. It's all kinds of guys that help.
There's a lot of them out there, Mike. I mean, if it was a family tree, if it was, you branched out. I was a high school coach at one time, and I had a coach that I was under, and then he had a bunch of coaches underneath him, and then I had a bunch of coaches underneath me, and it's like a tree, and it's neat to see that and its influence sometimes is not a bad word like we use it around here.
I like the word inspire better than influence, because I see stuff all the time, and I'm inspired all the time by guys like Dave and you. And, Ruben says, Mike's the reason I collect Perez Steel and Diamond King autos. I just show stuff I love and talk about why I love it. And hopefully that connects with somebody. And they go, you know what? That's pretty good. And it's happened to me where I've seen stuff and, oh my gosh, that's freaking awesome. I want to do that. And so I go down the rabbit hole too, just like you guys do sometimes with stuff that I show. But it's humbling when somebody says, man, you're the reason I collect diamond, whatever. Okay.
I don't want to see somebody get on here and say, you're the reason I collect 1988 Donruss, or,
right. What do you want?
Hey guys, I just catching the stream. I want to just pop on and say, hey, great job, Chris. You did a really good job tonight. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents worth in. Great job, fellas. I got to go.
Yeah, whatever. He'll be back in a few minutes and say the same exact thing.
It's like that show Airplane where Leslie Nielsen pops in. Hey.
How many of you out there have no idea what the movie Airplane is? Because it was a classic when I was a kid. Like, I have to admit, I watched it because I thought it was kind of, well, it's certainly not politically correct anymore. Oh my gosh, you watch that movie, it's like watching Blazing Saddles or
oh boy,
Baseball or something. You're going, oh my gosh, how did we get away with this stuff? How did they get away with this back then? But great movie. Here's a shout out to Chasing Cardboard. Love what you and Ty do. Thank you. We have fun with that. Okay, so Sexton knows what Airplane is. Okay, good. You're definitely dating yourself if you know what Airplane. It's deja vu all over again. God, I could start quoting Airplane Oh my gosh.
I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue.
Over. What's your Victor back there? Oh my gosh. You guys are good.
Surely we can't just keep going on like this.
Surely. And don't call. We can keep going on like this, and please don't call me Shirley.
There you
go.
So, Mike, also doing this, I've also come across brand new channels for me, and it's there's a lot of channels out there, but it's neat to still see new guys doing stuff and reaching out, and I've been there's a few guys that got in here that's a father-son team.
Absolutely.
I know Lou Rock's not a father-son team, but it's neat that a father or a parent gets to collect with their kid, and it's neat watching a few of those.
I just want to tell you both, good luck. We're all counting on you. Here's what I wouldn't know how to talk jive without airplane. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
So who are you and how did you get in here? I'm a locksmith and I'm a locksmith. Oh, goodness gracious. You want to wrap this sucker up?
Well, I'm having so much fun. I wish somebody else would come on here live, but yes, we probably should. How many people are still with us?
60.
Oh boy.
Totally true. Mike and JT has like 5 or 6 fathers in the hobby, and hold on. Totally true. Mike and JT.
Hey, I just catching the live stream. I thought I'd pop on. I know you guys are doing a contest tonight, and just want to say great job, Chris. I knew you guys were going to pop off, so I thought I'd get on here and just kind of give you both a shout out, and that's all I got. So, if someone else wants to come on, I know you put the link in the stream, but I won't keep you. Take care.
Thanks, Mike.
I wish he'd be a little bit more funnier.
This is from Matt. Matt is a friend of mine, checking in late here. But thanks, Chris, for doing the fundraiser. Awesome to support a great mission. Enjoying both you and Mike's videos. Mike's Golden Edge Cardboard has now got me into 54 Bowman. You're very welcome, Matt. Very welcome.
Hey, we did the 54 Bowman together.
We did. Canadian Mike must be on the wrong side of a 12-pack.
Oh, if you're just saying chip 12-pack, you're shooting pretty low.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Too funny. What else can we talk about? I don't know.
Let's have somebody give us a suggestion, since I always get subscribers when I'm talking to you. Maybe somebody can give us a suggestion for us to do some kind of show together again.
All right. I want Midlife Sports Cards. I want him to come on. We've never talked, actually. I love his channel.
I've never talked to him either. So
I'm putting the link in the stream again in the comments. What are you guys looking for at the National? Ooh, question that's ever changing for me, Chris, because I'm always like, okay, come on. Do I want this? Do I want that? Or I'll get stuff that I kind of want before the National. So I really don't make that decision until really a week or two before, honestly.
So what I'll do this time is I'll try to figure out what big card I want to get. And so I want to save up for that. But then as I'm doing different player runs, I will probably bring a list of a few lesser cards that maybe will fill some player runs and do it that way.
Isn't it fun to do that? It's fun to find. I mean, everybody thinks you have to buy big cards at the National, and that's fun for sure. But, dude, why not? I love picking up the cheap stuff too. I love them all. So, what Dick Perez's am I looking for at the National? Well, I don't need that many anymore, honestly, but I need some big ones are, if I can find one, Jocko Conlon in the postcard, not the set that you showed me the other day, Mike, the celebration. Those are pretty easy. It's the postcard. He died pretty quick after that came out. So there's very few of those, but what do we think about signed vintage sets? Do you have to ask me twice? I don't know. You must not watch my channel. I love them. Absolutely love them. You're not a big autograph guy though, are you, Chris?
I'm not, except I got about 80 basketballs behind me and stuff, like 80 signed basketballs. But when I was younger, getting a really good card signed I was taught it brought the value of the card down, and so I never got a rookie card signed, and so I carried that on. I mean, to answer your question, I am not an autograph. Not an autograph.
Looks like Jake's here. Do you want to show him his new card? He may not even know that he won.
He probably doesn't know that he won. But Jake, you are the proud owner of this card right here, buddy.
Amen to that. Awesome.
And he was one of he next to Don. I called him next about saying, okay, I want to run this by him before I ran it by you. And I got the stamp of approval from Jake. And
so Dougie is asking, I sent an email to Chris asking about cataloging cards. What all do you use to keep track of your cards? Sports spreadsheets, online, etc. I actually just did, I don't know, a month ago, maybe a Golden Age Cardboard episode talking about this. I use spreadsheets and PSA set registry, inventory registry, whatever you want to call it. VCP. I have my cards cataloged in multiple places.
Sorry about that.
Is it Mission Impossible time or what?
That's it. That's it.
I'm still trying to see if Greg wants to come on midlife. He's apparently not wanting to. I don't know. Keep putting the link in the stream. Copy and paste it. Whoever wants to come on. I want to give a shout out to Orlando. He did a great video talking about this and encouraging people. There he is. Oh, he had to get makeup, hair and makeup, and get Greg. Good to meet you, man.
Thanks, Matt. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we got you.
Cool.
That's Chris.
Hi, Mike. Greg.
Hey, Chris.
Hi. Saw you on Theo's channel the other day too, along with yours.
Can you hear us okay?
I'm getting a little bit of an echo. So,
is it from me or Mike?
It might be from me. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to leave and come right back.
Yep. Okay. Live stream. You never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates. Yeah, he might have been watching YouTube. That can cause feedback if you're trying to watch the stream and Mission Impossible collect all the. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. When Greg comes back, there he is. I hear it. Okay, Greg, how's that? Better, worse? Good.
Do you have him muted?
No.
Can't hear me.
We need to take him to technology school. Greg's like, I don't know. Just talk to it.
Say something to us, Greg.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we're good.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome to Baseball Collector Channel.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Everybody in this chat says they hear you fine. So that's good.
Okay, cool.
Must be a little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You talk.
You talk.
Oh, he's like, hey, tech expert, get in here. The hell's wrong with my equipment?
That'd be my wife.
No. I can do this. I don't know what's going on. There's a little bit of a delay, I think, but I think we're good.
Yeah, we'll just let you talk.
All right. What do you want me to talk about? What's going on? I appreciate you guys having me. I've been watching your stuff for a long time, Mike. I really enjoy your channel. One of the things I like the most is I feel like with you, it's all about collecting. And I feel like with a lot of channels and a lot of stuff out there, it's all about trying to flip stuff. It's trying to make money off of stuff. But for you, it's like stuff coming in. It's not a bunch of stuff coming in to go out. And so the collector part of me loves that. And it's hard because when all you're doing is consuming, right? Whenever you're buying, then you eventually need to replenish funds to be able to buy more, right? So it's tough to do that forever. But I mean, your channel is Baseball Collector, and that's exactly what it is. You're a true collector, and that's the thing I admire the most and really enjoy is when you're showing off your stuff, when you're going through your cards, your new purchases. It's like that stuff. I have no doubt it's going to be, in your little cubby hole for a long time.
The beast.
Yeah.
The beast. It's funny because the way I replenish funds, I go to work. Well, I don't sell cards. I just go to work and
I know.
Have to earn more money. But I also have a great wife who allows me to, do things. I had Chris Sewell the other day. Mm-hmm. The Texas Snowman was here, Jeremy, and I bought a couple cards from him and Chris through a collection they had bought. Well, we ended up doing a StreamYard with Chris, like not on air, we were just shooting the bull. And he was saying kind of the same thing, Greg. He goes, okay, Mike, show me a 1989 Topps Burt Blyleven. Like, you're the only guy that's going to have that card. Sure enough, I just roll over there and I pull out a 89 Topps Burt Blyleven in a PSA slab, I'm all about the collecting. I mean, I get that people, not everybody can be that way, and that's okay. People have to flip stuff and sell stuff, and they're usually doing it to put more money back into their collection. So that's a positive thing. I think we're getting some questions for Greg. Are you going to the National?
Orlando, I'd love to go to the National. I don't think it's going to happen this year. You had messaged me once about that, and I'd love to meet up if I ended up going. But I don't think so. I'm a teacher. I got my Husky Nation shirt on here. So I am off during the summer, and the National does always fall during my birthday week, but it also falls during summer vacation. So I do have time off. So it's something I'd like to do at some point, but I'm not planning on it this year. I also have a little surgery that I have coming up in June. So that I don't know how long that's going to put me on the shelf. So I don't know if I want to risk it if I'm still hobbling around. So.
Okay. I'm beginning to doubt, your commitment to this hobby. I have a torn rotator cuff that I'm putting off my surgery until September so I can go to the National. I'm like,
if it was a rotator cuff, I would go.
Yeah.
It's not a rotator cuff. So
fair enough. Yeah. Have you been before to the National?
Back way back in the day when I was younger, we used to go to some shows along the West Coast, and the All-Star Weekend, they had a show in Anaheim that we went to. And then when I say we, my brother and my dad and I, and then in the Bay Area Labor Day weekend, San Francisco was always like kind of like a national before the national sort of thing. And we went to that every year growing up in Northern California. I've not been to the national as it is known now. My dad is a big vintage collector, and he had I think his PSA set registry 60 set is still in the top like 10 of all time or something. And he's been several times, but you know, when you have two younger kids, I've got 2 girls in high school, and I've got, you know, stuff going on. It's hard to pull it off, but at some point I will.
Can either of you guess what year was the first year I went to the National? Who wants to guess?
I'm going to say it was, well, you're asking, which means it was either very recently or a long time ago. So I'm going to go with 2020.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 2007.
1990
Nailed it.
was the
That's
first
pretty
year
good.
I went to the National. I was 16 years old when I went to my first National, because it was here in Arlington. It was here in Texas. The last time it was here in Texas was then, actually. And then they started doing all kinds of stuff. Oh, cool. I'm winning auctions. I love it when my snipes start hitting and I get the notification like, you just won, you won. Dude, I'm finding so much cheap vintage right now, Greg. I said I shouldn't call it cheap. It's cheaper than it's been in a really, really long time. And I love being able to just start picking up cards again for under $20, you know?
Well, you posted that video. You posted that video the other day, and my connection seems a little choppy for a second. I don't know if there's a delay here, but you said something the other day about how you love the fact that everything's coming down in price. And it's like, to me, that really is the silver lining. If you're truly just a collector, the price is coming down. That's a good thing, you know, for a collector. Who it's not good for are the people who are just getting into cards and getting out of cards and turning cards. And those people are freaking out. But for the people that are in it for the long haul, it's a good thing.
So Greg, since you're not going to the National, and you know, because we just were asked, you know, what are we going to pick up at the National? Do you set goals out for the year of what you want to pick up for the year, and or something like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't. What I have found is that if I set specific goals of specific cards that I want, then what I do is I get so focused on just those things that then I'm not able to keep my eyes open to other opportunities and things that come up. So literally, like there's a 3-day show in Northern California this weekend. It's a pretty good sized show. And like, I'm literally going with zero agenda. It's just like whatever is there, wherever it takes me. I don't have like a list of things that I'm after. So I have a list of things that I like. I mean, I love my favorite 2 sets are the 50 and 51 Bowmans. For me, I love those sets. I love, you know, like a lot of us, the 54, 55, 56 sets. But then, you know, there's cards here and there all over the place that I really enjoy. So, but
hey,
long answer to your question. No, I don't have like a check mark list of things that I'm after.
Nice card, Daniel.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Hey, Daniel, good to meet you, man.
Yeah, it's good to meet you, Mike and Chris and Greg.
Hey,
Thank you,
guys.
Chris.
I just wanted to, you know, real quick. I'm not going to stick around because I'm not up to your guys' level with my collection, but I just wanted to come on, say thank you guys for what you're doing, both with your channels. And Mike, I just wanted to give a heads up. Your segment that you did on Negro League players and cards, Just want to let you know, man, it really revamped like my optic of what Hall of Fame cards really mean, and maybe at the same time what they should mean. It prompted a desire for me to educate myself and then, you know, kind of change my collection around a little bit as well.
You're so welcome. That's awesome.
Thanks, man. And then, Chris, I wanted to say thank you as well for not just showing me the cards that you have in your collection, but also explaining the story of what they really mean to you personally. Your Johnny Bench rookie story really got me into thinking about what cards I wanted as a kid, and then, you know, now as an older guy, I'm able to, you know, add those to my collection, and it really makes a huge difference into what they mean to me. And then to be able to kind of share those conversations with my dad is really cool. So just wanted to say thank you for that, Chris. One of your videos that you posted about your bench card.
Appreciate you.
It's really cool, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, Daniel, thank you for your generosity. Thank you for helping out.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. And then, you know, Mike, thanks for what you're doing for the mission trips and everything. It really doesn't go unrecognized, and keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Treasures in heaven, my friend. Treasures in heaven.
All right, guys. Well, hopefully I run into you at the National, and thanks again.
Hey, Thursday night of the National is going to be the YouTube get together. So would love to see you there. You'll hear more about it as we go.
Cool.
We're
Thanks,
announcing
brother.
it tomorrow, but I guess technically I just announced it tonight, but it's coming. So thanks, Daniel. Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course, guys.
All right. See ya. That was awesome. Sorry, Greg. That was
that's cool.
First time I've gotten to talk to Daniel. So other than
that's what it's all about right there.
Like, how cool is that? He's been a commenter on my channel for years, and I've never met him till just now. So
need to do more live stream.
Right. Andy and I used to do like like just open mic night, you know, kind of thing. And it kind of turned into a cluster after a while. We did it a couple times, and it just, but this is great. So, because I get to talk to Greg for the first time. See, Greg, I got to have you on the channel. We got to do something.
I'd love it. Yeah, let's set something up. Email me or something. We'll set something up.
So Greg, before you get off here, I've watched your channel for a while too, and you know, just to kind of support other content creators, and you haven't been doing YouTube stuff very long at all. But you know, Theo, after you were on with Theo's a friend of mine, and after his video he made today, that's hard for me to say because I don't know, you guys just going to have to see it. But Clemente, you were on Clemente Collector, and when I talked to him after you're on that show, you kind of separate yourself out from the guys that are just reading a newspaper or reading an article and then getting on and talking about the hot topic. He shared with me that everything that you do, for the most part, you research yourself and you put the time in yourself. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate what goes into that now, and more so than what I did by just watching your show. And so anyway, hats off to you for doing what you do there.
Well, first off, I really appreciate that. That means a ton. Like, literally just gave me the chills that made me feel so good.
I think you suck. So let me counteract that.
So, you know, going back to when I first came on this, just a second ago, this discussion, we were talking about how Mike is just a buyer, and, you know, we all want to buy, but some of us have to sell so we can buy. For me, the main reason I started the YouTube thing is I wanted to be a part of the community, a part of the card collecting community, but I have limited funds. You know, I don't have a ton of money to spend on consuming cards. And so I'm like, how can I be a part of this? How can I continue to be involved in this, but without having to spend a gazillion dollars? And so I just decided, it was actually in October. It was the end of October. I said, you know, let's just do this for exactly the conversations that we're having right now. Like, it's just a way to connect to people and a way to be able to be a part of the community without having to just be spending money all the time. And, you know, I'm a teacher. My education in college was marketing and, you know, researching things and data analytics and stuff like that, statistics stuff. And so whenever I have the opportunity to make a video and I have an idea for a video, like I don't want to just go on Card Ladder. Not that there's anything wrong with Card Ladder, but I don't want to just go on Card Ladder and pull that data, because as I know from my data collection, like a lot of that information is flawed. For example, like, you know, when you pull what is a PSA 8 going for of a certain card, it doesn't pull out all of the ones that have qualifiers. It doesn't pull out the ones that are way off center, that aren't, you know, or that have a cracked case, or it doesn't pull out the times that it was a lot of 3 of the card. It just sees it as 1. And so as I look through that data, I'm like, well, if I'm going to put my name behind this and people are going to spend time, actually their time, watching what I'm putting out there, I want it to be good, and I want it to be data that I know is something I can believe in. And one of the things is, you know, when you say anything negative about SGC, the SGC people get upset. And whenever you say anything negative about PSA, the PSA people get upset. But one of the things I think, if anybody looks back, I've never said anything bad about PSA or SGC. I'm just taking data and I'm just putting the data out there and going, is this interesting to anybody else? Like, does anybody else think that this is odd? And so to me, being able to have that communication, the dialogue in, you know, chatting back and forth, like I respond to pretty much every message I ever get. The only time I don't respond is if it gets flagged or caught in some sort of filter and I don't see it. Because this right here, this conversation is like 100% why I've spent the time on this stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, you saying that means a lot, because I would say the average 20-minute video I put out, I literally, I bet I put 3 or 4 hours into it.
Wow. Well, you got a comment here from RJ, who's father son vintage cards. Craig, other than today's episode, our favorite episode is the one with your dad in the shoebox. Let me ask you, Greg, because you've only been doing videos for 6 months, maybe?
Yeah.
Same as me. He started like a week after I did.
And what has been the most pleasant surprise about doing videos and kind of getting involved in the community?
I would say that every single person that I've actually had a conversation with, like you guys, like, you know, I talked with Theo, I've talked with Sammy Thunder, I've communicated a lot with Orlando. Like, every one of these people is like, they're really good people. Like, there's not this, I don't know what other aspects of the card collecting community is like, but, you know, I go to a show and people come up and will say, hey, I saw your stuff, I really like this. And it's like, everybody's just like solid people that, like, I'm like, I could totally hang out with you and have a great time, you know, watching a game and eating a pizza. And so I was expecting more kind of haters or more people kind of chirping. And there's a little bit of that, you know, but for the most part, everybody's so positive and so supportive. And it really is. I could go a month and not spend a lot of money buying stuff, but have a great time just from communicating with people. And it really has been surprising, because I didn't know how that was going to go. And I didn't know how I would be received. You know, I didn't know if anybody, you know, my goal was, you know, I said to myself, I'm going to do this for 2 years. And my goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers in 2 years. And if I do that, I'll consider this a success. And I had a lot of support, and I've had a couple of videos do well, but I hit my 1,000 subscribers in about 2 months. And it was just like, I'm just like, wow, like, this is really cool. And the positivity has been awesome.
Speaking of,
there he is.
What's up, guys?
There goes the neighborhood.
I have to throw something in there real quick before Theo jumps in. Father Son Vintage Cards. Those two guys are. If you've not seen their channel, those guys are awesome. I love the Father Son thing, but also to the shoebox of the cards. About I'd say 10 cards are back from PSA that have been graded, and I've already done a little bit of filming. And there's a few more he's waiting to get back from PSA, and I have a follow-up coming on how they all came back from PSA. So stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Well, Theo, what's up, man?
Oh, not much. Chris never answers my phone calls, so I figured I'd get on here so I could talk to him for once.
Here, we'll let you guys. Here, we'll.
Oh, good. Okay, Chris, how you doing, bud?
Man, I'm going to therapy tomorrow because I watched your video today.
Oh,
And
hey, my mom always told me I was a good singer. You don't think so?
no.
no singing. No, please.
So Theo has a video response coming out, guys. You have to watch that.
Yeah, Mike, you were my inspiration, so you're gonna have to watch it at some point, I guess. Hey guys, I did want to say, I never. It was just so cool what you guys did. I just loved it, and I think what a lot of people don't realize out there is, entertainment is expensive. You go to the movies, you go out to eat. It's expensive to pay for entertainment, and you guys give us free content constantly. It's not why I gave, but I just don't think some people realize how much time and effort goes in. So I appreciate you guys.
Well, you're welcome. It takes me 6 minutes to do a 20-minute video, so it's really not that much time.
I was talking to Greg and Chris.
Right, there you go. Now you're talking. That's right.
Oh yeah, because I do a lot of editing, just to get my grammar perfect.
Oh man.
But I mean, Theo's a perfect example. I mean, Theo and I have been we text back and forth now. Like,
yeah,
he's a great guy, and he's seriously. It's like, if I did end up going to the National, like, of course I'm going to get together and have a drink or have a meal with Theo. Like this is some guy on the other side of the country, and now all of a sudden, it's like I have a friend in Pittsburgh. If I ever, want to meet up with a friend in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Greg was at 2,000 subscribers. I reached out to him for an interview. He literally was available the next day. Didn't know me from anybody. One of the nicest guys. I just can't believe he's not on more lives and things like that. With how great of a guy he is. So thank you, Greg. I appreciate that.
You're being too nice now, but
Theo, I heard from a little bird that you were nervous to have me on your show.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust that bird. Oh man,
I enjoyed being on your show too. That was fun. I guess I'm coming back. What are we doing? When are we doing the 60s again?
June 4th. Chris said, your bookie said you're available. I don't know though.
Let me talk to my agent. I'll see if I can get free for June 4th. But you guys joke. I have like my whole schedule is like lined out for doing, because I love being on other people's stuff and being a part of that, because that's what a community does, is they support each other. That's how we roll. And if kind of the OGs, which Ed Wesker Griff or Micah or Eric and these guys that have been around forever, they'll all do it. None of them are, they're all like, yeah, love it. So what's cool is when you guys go to the National and you come to the YouTube get together and you see all the worlds colliding. It's kind of cool. You got the football guys and the baseball, everybody thinks it's all kind of cliquey, and that all evaporates at the National. There's, we're all going to we can all only be so good friends with so many people. There's only so much time, and to be good friends, you have to invest time in that relationship. And so it's funny to see these guys that all kind of come in together, that kind of stay hanging out together throughout time. It's awesome. Like, I love that, John 3D80's kids and Adam are great friends, and just all these connections I get to see and from a distance and be like, that's awesome. And not that I couldn't text Adam if I needed to, but he's got, he's kind of got his friends, and that's great. Like, you can't be best friends with everybody. Tomorrow, I'm actually going on a road trip with one of my best friends in the hobby, with Garrett Card Cutter. So we're driving to Los Angeles tomorrow. He's coming to pick me up. And I've never met him in person. I've known him 8 years. I talk to him almost every day, if not multiple times a day, and I've never met him in person till tomorrow. So that's going to be pretty awesome.
That's the
Well,
hobby right there.
your trip to the Burbank show with your buddies, where you went by OJ's house and stuff.
Yeah,
Like that couple of days, and you blowing through your budget so fast and stuff. I really enjoyed that, watching you guys, because it wasn't just about watching you at the show like we see, lots of shows, but it was like the banter and the fun and the camaraderie, and you guys coming together, showing each other what you got and stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah, and that's what like even Chris is, at the Strongsville show, these kind of regional get-togethers. There's a Dallas show this weekend. I don't know how many guys I've hosted at my house since 2020, when the Dallas show really became the Dallas show. Guys, hey, I'm flying in. Can I stay? Yeah, come on. I got a guest room. That's what it's for. Get over here. And we just hang out and have fun. And the National is that times 100. I mean, it's just the coolest experience. And I am going to video that road trip. I think that's what Orlando's talking about. Yeah, we're going to we may do some singing in the car, may do some fun stuff with that. But yeah, it's what it's all about, man. It's making connections, and it's so cool to see all that when I watch it, and people talking about other people, like Theo having all these guys on, and guys starting new shows and doing, collab stuff. It's like, dude, go guys, go.
And how lucky are we that we live in a day and age where we can do this? I mean, we got 4 guys from 4 different states right now having a conversation because we have a similar interest, and we wouldn't even know we existed. If this was 20 years ago, we wouldn't even know we existed.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so awesome that we get to live in a time like this, and we can use this technology to have conversations and just enjoy life,
And I'm sitting here texting other YouTubers while I'm talking to other YouTubers. Like, go.
Hold on, Theo, I'm going to text you. You're the only number I have. I'm going to text you now.
Oh, okay.
It's absolutely nuts to be like that.
That's so cool. Hey, Mike, I do want to say though, Matt from THA Card Story, or the Card Story for Tyler's Fair, but he's probably the closest guy to me in the hobby, and we text probably way too much. My wife gets jealous, but he bought a card off of you, and like, I just want to let people know out there, like, cameras are off. Mike has Matt over his house for hours. They're looking through cards. Like, he said you were just the nicest guy ever. That's just so awesome, Mike.
I should have had the cameras running. Then people would really believe. No, it's anybody's invited. It's not anybody.
Yeah, I kind of already felt you were like that, Mike. But it's just cool to hear, somebody you're close to, hang out with you like that. That was cool.
When people ask me how should I do my videos, dude, be yourself all the time. It's so easy just to be yourself, because you don't have to remember what you were like if you were faking it. Like, just be yourself. And I hope that comes across in what we do. All of us do that, and there's guys you watch and you think they're assholes, and you're like, yep, and you meet them and yep, they're an asshole, but those are few and far between, quite frankly. It is.
And live in Pittsburgh.
And live in Pittsburgh, and their name is Don. And dude, we have to give Don is one of my really good friends in the hobby too. He is absolutely awesome.
I'm texting him back and forth right now.
Is he chomping at the bit to get on here?
Well,
hold on, I'll tell you all another point for you guys that haven't been to the National and done this, like, really blown up your community. Right now it's probably still pretty tight. Well, when you go, you watch everything different. Once you meet somebody in person, it changes how you watch videos. It changes. Man, I've had a beer with that guy, or for me, buy me a whiskey, something would be just fine. Anything with whiskey in it, I'm good. But yeah, it changes everything. I can't wait for you guys to experience that, because Chris got to experience that a few years ago. It's true, right, Chris?
You can't help but want to go back, and just everybody's there, everybody that you watch, and they're just there, and you can talk to them, and everybody's who they are, just like Mike said, that they are. You know, you got to be yourself when you do the videos, because don't try to be somebody else, because being yourself's hard enough. And
Amen to that.
And so, but people are real. I don't know a bad YouTube baseball collector. That's just.
Well, I'm the only baseball collector, so that's good.
Oh yeah,
good. Now it's funny, people like I'm baseball collector because 10 years ago when I started my channel, it was like, well, I collect baseball stuff, and that wasn't a name that nobody was coming up with all these cool creative names like they do now. I was like, well, I'm just going to keep it simple, baseball collector, and there you go. That's I'm seeing all these notifications that I keep losing auctions, and I'm getting pissed. I'm like, damn it, I lost again. But do y'all use snipes? I'm a sniper, by the way.
Yeah, I do as well. I use Gixxon.
I'm a Gixxon guy too.
Yeah.
I knew I liked you for a reason, Greg.
I need to get it. I set an alarm on my phone, and then my wife looks at me. She knows what I'm doing.
But Theo, it saves you money, because then you just put your bid and you forget about it, and you don't get into the competition of trying to keep up, and somebody wants to overpay, let them overpay. So it's actually you end up better off if you do it.
Do you guys pay for it, or do you get the free version and just do?
I pay for it, but it's like
$6
a year or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
It's super cheap.
I'll pay it for you, Theo.
Yeah. Hey, new fundraiser, Theo's Gixxon annual fee. We need to start that. Chris will do another give. He'll give away a Satchel Page card to get Theo his Gixxon.
I don't know. Wait till you see his video response. You're not going to want to donate anything to Theo. I'm just saying.
Hey, Chris, I saw you let Dawn borrow a card. Can I borrow a card at the National? There's something I can borrow.
I'll find something good for you.
That's great. I've never heard of that before. It's like a library. It's so cool.
Jeez. What has this been? An hour and a half? Good grief! Nobody's going to watch this.
Yeah, we better wrap this up. This has been fun though.
No doubt. See, Bill. By the way, Bill, one of the greatest Hall of Fame autograph collections in the world.
Yep.
And a very, very good friend of mine. We talk when there's big Hall of Fame autographs. He and I are talking like, okay, who's going after it? Yeah,
nice.
And usually it's Bill, but he does a phone alarm, then max bid with 1 second left. It's free.
All right, Mike. So who is a big Hall of Fame autograph for someone with an autograph collection like you? What's a big one?
My next really big one's Mathewson that I want to get. That's a big one. That's a 5-figure autograph.
Wow.
So that'll be a while. Yeah. You can get some great the reason I got into Hall of Fame autographs is I went to a Rangers fan fest. They have fan fest for different teams, and Fergie Jenkins was there, and he was signing for $20. And I'm like, I wonder how many I had a few already, from my childhood and stuff. And I love Hall of Fame. And I'm like, I wonder how many more I can get for $20. Hold on 1 second, guys. We got to do.
Hey, guys. Just wanted to pop on and say you guys did a great job tonight. Keep up the good work. And if you're doing any other stuff, let me know. Okay, I'm in. Gotta go. Bye.
Right. See you, Mike.
I smelled the alcohol on his breath.
I'm crying laughing. That is so
oh my gosh.
The funny thing is I'm texting him going, okay, come on again. Like, get on again. Oh my gosh. But so then I started trying to see how many $20 Hall of Famers I could get, Greg, and it was a lot. You could this was 8-10 years ago. And so it just started me down this rabbit hole of trying to get at least one of everyone. And then I don't know, went a little overboard. I think I'm at 4,000 Hall of Fame autographs now.
Wow.
Mike, is there any good story about how you got your Babe Ruth autograph?
So that was an auction house purchase. I actually bought it. I want to say gosh, 7 years ago, maybe. And they weren't cheap then either. I mean, it was like $3,200, and it had a PSA full letter. Okay. And so I took it and I said, God, this really looks clean. Like, this is beautiful. Like, grading an autograph is different than grading a card. It's really about the quality of the ink and how does it look on the item. And there's a lot of factors that go into the grade of an autograph. And I was like, this is really clean. This could gem. And I'm going to send it in. I was so scared to send it in because you don't want to get it lost or somebody screw it up or whatever. And I wanted it encased just to protect it, because it was literally just a loose, 3x5 card essentially, or
Wow.
postcard. And so I was like, yeah, I need to get this encapsulated. That's why a lot of people grade, just for the protection of the card. Makes a lot of sense. Pick your grading company. SGC is the best, in my opinion. I'm just so far down the rabbit hole of PSA that I'll never get out. So I sent it off to PSA DNA, knowing it was real, because I already had a PSA letter. I wasn't worried about the authenticity. I just wanted them to grade it, because also to count your autographs in your registry, the autograph has to be graded. And so it came back a 10, and I went, okay, that was a good investment, which turned a $3,200 autograph into a $10,000-$12,000 autograph,
Wow.
just with a number, which does seem silly, right? That would do that. Why does that matter? But it matters. So I don't know. That's the story behind it. Had it a long time. That's the thing. Everybody, oh, Mike, you got an amazing collection. Yeah, no kidding. It's taken me 40 years to build my collection. It's, Chris would echo the same sentiments. It doesn't happen overnight. Yeah, Rick is right. You'll see a grown man cry if Mike gets a Matty auto. And it won't be Mike. It'll be Julie. He knows who runs this house. Come on. Yeah, Matty would be a big one for me.
Have you ever been tempted to sell a bigger item? Like, oh my gosh, this item went tenfold. I'll sell it and get more stuff for my collection, or you're kind of pretty strict on keeping your stuff unless you have a replacement item?
So a few things I don't do. I don't upgrade, because I figure once I have the card, I'd rather spend additional hobby funds for things I don't have at all.
Yeah.
So I typically don't do that. Then, so you guys know I have a Mantle rookie. I bought it right before the pandemic. I paid up for it because it was a really nice PSA 5. And I paid more than I've ever paid for probably my next 10 cards I've ever paid for one card. And, I was like, and that was a Julie, like, Julie, can I do that? And I drove to buy it. Andy came with me. She blinded me with the refractors, and I bought the card. And it went up to $50-something thousand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, some of my friends are like, you need to sell it. And I'm like, well, I'll never have another one. Well, yeah, you can sell it and buy a 3. And, you can make a lot of roundabout arguments on why that would be a good idea. I loved the card I had. I didn't want another one. And so I guess the simple answer to your question is no, but it needs explanation, because that sounds so short-sighted. But the reality, I don't need and if I needed the money, if I needed anything from my family, I'd sell everything right now if I had to. Wouldn't hesitate a second. There's way more important things in life than these cards. But at the same time, I put a lot of time into it, and I love them. And that's right, Daniel. Mike taught me what the real Mantle rookie is. Did y'all see in the Ken Golden thing, he called the 52 Topps Mantle the rookie? I literally wanted to choke him through the television.
Yeah, that was bad.
I'm like, dude, you should know better. Would Mike shave his beard off for his dream card Hall of Fame? No. I actually thought about doing it and just doing a video shaving my beard off. That would be kind of funny.
I would shave Mike's beard off for.
I bet a lot of people would love to do that.
I remember when Chris started, because it was after I started watching stuff, and I remember seeing you had like 3 videos, and like 200 followers. And I was like, how does that even make sense? How does this guy get like
Huge.
200 followers in 3 videos? And I was just like, I got to check this guy out. What is this guy all about?
Smoke and mirrors. It was all Mike.
Huge family. Huge family.
Yeah.
That happened because I think Mike mentioned me on his channel, and this whole thing's crazy. I can't believe I had a video with Mike that a couple thousand people watched. I'm like, that's crazy. That people are interested in baseball cards like that. But I don't know. We all agree that being YouTubers have made collecting cards more fun. I think, right?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Mike, are you guys still, like, this is my first full year in YouTube. Are you guys still doing that telethon, or Bench Clear does that full day?
Look at him trying to, like he doesn't know that. He told me the other day, Mike, he was going to bring that up next time and say, I'm going to pretend like I don't know it's called the Hobby Palooza.
Spots for me and Greg to jump on?
That's better.
So, yeah, just get to the point. I like it, Theo. Be direct. That is Hobby Palooza.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen
Hobby Palooza.
Yeah.
Greg may not even know what Hobby Palooza is. It is 3 days straight of live streams done on Bench Clear by different content creators, each hosting an hour with different guests and talking about different topics. And it's basically 8 hours a day straight for 3 days, gearing up for the National. We usually do it in late May, early June. And the plan is to do Hobby Palooza again this year. So I kind of reach out to the guys that have done it before, kind of get first dibs. Most of them can do it. Some of them can't. We started Hobby Palooza in 2020 because there was no National. And we were like, well, this sucks. We can't all get together. This blows chunks. So what do we do? And I said, why don't we just go live during the week of the National that we normally would have been together? Let's just do all these live streams. And Hobby Palooza was born. I started making phone calls to buddies. It took me about 45 minutes to fill up the whole schedule. Yes, wow. I want to do that. Yes, I want to do that. Yes, that sounds awesome. Absolutely. And it was super easy. Originally, we hosted it on everybody hosting it on their own channel for the first 2 years. And it got confusing trying to figure out where to go. And so last year we just said it's all going to be on Bench Clear. And I think by then we had built enough street cred to that people were agreeable to that. So the plan is to do it. And it's pretty awesome. Dylan's like, I missed the entire thing last year. Thanks to you will literally sit on your computer for like 5-6 hours watching, and you'll look at the schedule like, okay, so-and-so is coming and I want to watch this one. And yeah, it's pretty fun. We have a website for it, all kinds of stuff. It's great. So yes, Theo, we're doing it.
Hey, if you guys don't have a spot for us, I mean, we could always do the graveyard shift or something.
We may have to just expand it, like Bob and please tell me y'all know Bob and Stove, right? You don't, Theo, you don't? He's a Pittsburgh guy. Bob Lewis, you don't know Bob Lewis?
Oh, Bob Lewis. Yeah, he eats the cereal. Yep.
Yeah, so they do the late night comedy hour.
Oh, nice.
It's always funny. Well, you got to watch it, Greg. It's pretty good.
No, I will for sure.
Pretty good stuff. So, dude, we got to go. It's like almost 2 hours. I can't believe there's still 60 people sitting here watching this.
Well, thanks for asking me to hop on. I just popped open my phone and I looked down and I was like, I got to check out what's going on. So I just started watching, and then you said, hey, come on. And, after a couple of technology snafus, here I am. And I'm really glad I did. This was fun.
It was selfish because I'd never met you and I wanted to talk to you because I love your channel, by the way.
I appreciate that.
So I wanted, hey, you're here. Come on, let's go. Same to you, Theo. Your channel's okay.
Yeah.
Well, have me on sometime, Mike, for a topic and a sit down and a whole thing. I would love to do it.
That'd be awesome.
My channel's not my channel's not good because I have 2 influencers in here that are teaching me the wrong stuff. So it's not my fault.
There you go. Greg, Dylan wants to know if you surf.
Because I live in California or because I'm tan?
You can read into that question
All
however
right.
you want.
So I don't surf. Have I ever surfed? A few times. I went to college in San Luis Obispo, which is like near Santa Barbara. So we went out a few times and stuff. But no, I never got into surfing. I am fairly Italian, olive skinned. So as soon as I work out in the yard for a couple of hours, which I've been doing because my daughter's high school graduation party is coming up soon, so I'm trying to get the yard looking good. I do brown up pretty quick. So if that's why you're asking.
Greg, apparently there are some people that don't know your channel, so throw out a plug for your channel, and then
all right. So I'm midlife sports cards, and my channel is what I try to do is I try to put together a video of kind of looking at things a little bit differently than maybe sometimes other people might look at them, looking at data, kind of reading between the lines as to what maybe might be an opportunity out there that people may not be looking at the same way as others. Once a week, I do a Q&A. So every Wednesday I answer 5 questions that people post. I just give kind of my opinion. So like tomorrow, I've got 5 more questions that I go through. And to me, that's a lot of fun. And, whenever I go to a card show and kind of show off my stuff, I don't do a ton of showing off what I buy because I'm still struggling with the fact that anybody would find it interesting what I have. So I try to produce something where people leave and have some knowledge or some ideas or some thoughts that they didn't have previously. That's kind of my goal.
And Theo, your channel's called Schmidt Collector or something like that. Is that?
Yeah. It's Clemente Collector. I'm just out here trying to have a fun time with some great guys in the community. I love, my favorite thing about my channel is when I do behind the card episodes or lives. I've had Chris on one and I've had Greg on one. And when Greg passed up Chris for views, Greg gave me a call and he was celebrating. He was pretty happy.
I literally contacted Theo and I said, I got to tell you, I'm pumped that I'm the most viewed episode of any of your episodes. And I passed, and it was Chris that I passed up to go to first. So I was pretty excited about that.
Yeah. So, and then we just did the 50s rookie Hall of Fame cards. And that actually is my biggest viewed video ever now. So we got a great response.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
No, it was a good panel and great discussion. I'm excited to do the 60s. So
yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun. June 4th, guys. Write it down.
All right, let's close this puppy up. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for everybody that popped on. And, Chris, I don't know what to tell you, man. Thank you so much for what you did for me and for this trip, and appreciate it.
Well, Mike, you're great for this YouTube community. You're great for the hobby, but you're a better person than both those things put together.
Thank you. I just have to say thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in for all of this. I know there's some people that are like, I've been here the whole time. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great night, a great week. We'll talk to you soon and keep collecting.